100%. Like, I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube if it wasn't for COVID. I didn't intentionally say GYATT. If it sounds like GYATT, there's an argument to me that it's like, it is GYATT, but I was like,
have you seen that clip? I think I saw Shadoon posted it, another channel posted it, of like where they're on Bedrock Edition hardcore mode and they're flying around the nether and then they just stop in midair and just start suffocating in a block. Selected every type of armor trim.
yeah.
I can imagine that was so stressful.
And then also showing the viewer, like, what do I need and want? And I think that's a really big part of storytelling too. It's like, how do I put them in my shoes? Like, I got a lot of people asking if I'll do the new sets with because the new update just added like 2 new trim types or something. So on record, I don't really know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So archaeology is a subset of anthropology, and archaeology is like Indiana Jones stuff. Not Indiana Jones stuff, but like
that's a good way of putting it. No, we're sticking with that. Lads, welcome back to InsideMC, the part of the podcast where I sit down with an amazing guest every single week. And this week, I am joined with someone who I've wanted on for a very long time, who makes amazing content. Don't worry, I big up everyone like this. But they make amazing content. They're a very good content creator. And I'm joined with Rekrap2.
Hello. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. I like this podcast. I'm excited to be on.
I will say, you know, to get the partial fanboying out of the way, watched a good amount of your videos. I must say, I'm a fan. I can admit that I'm a fan. I'm professional, but I can admit I'm a fan of your content. You make really good content,
so
that's why I've been looking forward to this today.
Thank you.
How's your day been so far?
It's been pretty good. I just what did I do? I got back from the bank. I had to get a new credit and debit card, and then I bought a MacBook actually, because I'm going on vacation in a couple of days, and I've been studying Japanese, and I kind of need a laptop, so kind of excited.
You're not going to Japan, are you?
I am. Not in a couple days, but yeah, okay. I have a couple things I'm doing this summer. Yeah, I'm going to Japan in like a month and a half or something. So I've been studying, trying to be able to speak like hopefully toddler level. Hopefully we can get there. I don't know if it's gonna happen though.
Do you know what's really coincidental? I was messaging someone before we started recording. It's like someone who I used to be in contact with, and I just messaged them to check up on them. And they said they've just finished uni. I said, oh, what were you studying? They said they did 3 years of something, and then they did Japanese for a year. And now I'm even studying Japanese. That's so coincidental.
Yeah. I've been going at it like 2 weeks now, so not really much, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, you're a bit like me, the master of saving stuff till last minute and then hoping that you can get all done. In your case, a month, which is good. In my case, about 2-3 weeks before TwitchCon.
Yeah, gotcha.
Before we carry on waffling away then, because we've got a lot to talk about today, I always like to give the introduction for you to let people know who you are. If they're listening to this and they're in a different field and they're curious, who are you? What do you do? And if you have a fun fact for us today.
Okay. Well, my name is Rekrap. Rekrap2 is my YouTube channel. I have 2 YouTube channels, Rekrap2 and Rekrap1. That's my name spelled backwards, Parkour, so you can call me whatever. I make Minecraft videos. I play Minecraft a lot, and I kind of just live life, I guess. I don't know. I'm really into speedrunning. Maybe my fun fact is I've been training for the upcoming speedrunning tournament, like the top 100 speedrunning tournament, and I'm currently like 50 something or whatever. So that's what I like to do, like in my free time. It's kind of fun. Been learning a lot of Japanese. That's probably a better fun fact, actually. I've been learning Japanese. There we go.
When you say top 100, are you talking about MCSR Ranked?
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to get into that? Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So they work on like an ELO system now. So I'm like 30th on the ELO system, and then I'm like 50th like placement right now. So yeah, it's been kind of fun. I've been like drag clicking. Do you know what drag clicking is?
I do, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've been like implementing drag clicking into my gameplay for the first time, and it's just like, it's not like making me that much faster or like better, but it's just like, it's such a good confidence booster to like, whenever I'm like diagonally staircasing up, I'll just like be drag clicking, or if I'm like, it just feels really good. So yeah, I've been pretty excited about that recently.
I've had Oliver, the owner, one of the owners of MCSR Ranked.
Oh yeah, I love Oliver. sure.
I've had a good amount of speedrunners. You're adding to the collection here, because you're also in the HBG, aren't you?
Yeah. Good old HBG, my HBG boys.
Just looking at the Rekrap1 channel, I mean, your most 4 recent videos, and we'll address the most recent one in later on in the podcast. But the 3 before that is like racing the #1ranked speedrunner. That's Dugal, I believe, by the skin. New faster run time, and then you PB with a 0 cycle, which is good, because if you want to make it far in a tournament, you really need to know how to 0 cycle.
Yeah.
So yeah, you mentioned earlier that your name was Rekrap2, and then your old channel is Rekrap1. What's the deal with that? Obviously, we know your Rekrap is your name spelled backwards. That part's fine. Why the numbers? Why not just Rekrap?
Okay, so I'll start with Rekrap2, because that's my original thing. So when I made my Minecraft account when I was, I don't even know, like 11 or something like that, in 2000, I was probably like 9. I don't even know. I don't know how old I was. But when I was really young, my dad was helping me buy it, and I needed a username. He was like, oh, just do like your name backwards. That didn't work, and he's just like, add a 2 to the end of it. No consideration to like a 1, just like straight to 2, and tried the 2, and it worked. So that's why the 2 is there. And then I started doing YouTube in like 2020, so like like 10 years later or something. And I made my YouTube channel, just named it the same as my username. Actually, my channel's original name was the Minecraft Vlog, funny enough, but I changed it to Rekrap2. I think that makes a lot more sense. But then, like a year later, I made a second channel to like practice commentary stuff. I started with like Sky Wars commentaries, like old Technoblade videos, if people are familiar with that. And I needed a name for that channel, and I just thought it would be really funny to just do Rekrap1, and that's kind of all there is. And so like on the surface, it doesn't make the most sense, right? Because it's like some people think it's like my first channel or my main one, but I think it's kind of a funny little inside joke. So those are the reasons behind the numbers.
And it seems to, I mean, I think most people have established it now, and even then, Rekrap1 does pretty well. Like I know it's not all about the view counts, but just even looking at your old videos here, like you never gone below, as far as I'm aware, 100,000 views, which is mental for a second channel at least. And considering like you just kind of just upload.
Crazy.
Your content is good, so don't like. I'm not saying this in an offensive way, but you kind of just upload, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
On Rekrap1?
Oh yeah, for sure. I love my second channel. It's so freeing. Like I feel like there's like a little bit, I guess, and a little thought, but for the most part, like this channel is here because like, how do I say it?
It's
like with some videos,
I can imagine.
Oh, what?
I can imagine it's just a nice little break. Like you kind of just like Rekrap2, you have to put so much effort and so much hard work into your content. Whereas Rekrap1, you're still putting in effort, but it's a bit more like it's more blasé.
Yeah. That's totally a fair take. It's very nice. I just kind of post whatever, and I only post like when I'm excited about stuff, and it's more laid back and casual. And people seem to like it. It's actually kind of crazy when I think about it. It has 360,000 subscribers now, like 1/3 bro. Like you would have told me that when I started YouTube, like my second channel. Like this is what it's so cool. I love it. It's so cool to be here.
Soon enough, you'll get 1 million and you'll have 2 golden play buttons, Rekrap1 and Rekrap2.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
The hat trick.
Yeah, do the hat trick. That would be funny.
You mentioned that like your old content was Minecraft vlogging content. I mean, this goes all the way back to 4 years ago now. They were your first ever videos, right?
Yeah, my first ever. Yeah, I never made a video before. Yeah, like 4 years ago when I started the stuff.
So as most people, I'm assuming I know the answers to this. But was COVID a big aspect of you getting into content creation?
Oh, 100%. Like I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube if it wasn't for COVID, because like I'd always had in the back of my mind I want to try YouTube at some point, because I'd like grown up watching like Minecraft videos, like Ethos Labs specifically, and I'd always thought it was kind of cool, and I'd wanted to try it, but I never really did, because like you're like growing up in high school and junior high, it's not like the cool thing to do. But whenever somebody else in the grade had a YouTube channel or something, I'd always be so interested and fascinated. I'd be like, how does that work? Like, what do you do? Do you like it? And then COVID happened, and I basically just everything in my life just got halted, right? I'm sure everybody who went through COVID like knows this. Like everything just shut down. It was my senior year in high school, so I just stopped going to school. Like online classes, I had a ton of free time, and I was like, I mean, now is as good as time as ever, so to like try making a video. So I went downstairs, I grabbed the family microphone in the living room, and then I chickened out like 4 or 5 times before I actually like made my first recording. But I made my first recording and started editing it, and I just really fell in love with editing. So I was just like off to the races.
And you know, and vlogging was a big part of your content, and then you did like kind of general Minecraft, and like it wasn't really Minecraft SMP videos. You kind of just did Minecraft like world let's play series, I think, which is what most people when they start up YouTube and weren't sure what to do did. I feel like I mean, I didn't have it on this channel, but back like 10 years ago I didn't know what to do, so I just uploaded let's play videos.
Yeah. I was just kind of trying anything and everything. But
and then at what point did that kind of like turn around? I remember a big video of yours. I mean, I say I remember, I wasn't there at the time, I'm sorry, I know, but I went back and watched it. It's the 10,000 subscriber play button. What would you say was your kind of turning point with content?
My turning point, the first time I ever had like any like success worth like mentioning, or that like people would be like, oh wow, that's like kind of crazy, is when I made a video about Hermitcraft, and this is when I hit 10,000 subscribers too. I think I was at like 200 subscribers or something after doing it for 8 months, and I made this video about Hermitcraft where basically there are two groups of people on a server like doing this like fun little war together, and there was a secret base somewhere on the Minecraft world, and I made a video talking about where that would be basically, and the video just exploded. It was my first time like getting more than 1,000 views on a video. It got like 2,000 views in a day, and I started freaking out, and so it got like, I don't know, 200,000 views in the first week or something, just like putting my channel out there, and that's how I got my first like 10,000 subscribers. So I would say that was like the turning point in terms of like, wow, I've actually done something, and like, yeah, just insane, just crazy. I remember being at my cabin with a couple cousins, and like we watched my channel like tick over, I think 1,000, and then we watched it tick over 10,000, and yeah, it was really, really cool. So that was probably like my first turning point.
It's kind of mental, right? I mean, just making content on what you enjoyed watching and putting it onto your channel, and that's when like people started to come in, and then like after that, I think that's when you mentioned it there about finding your footing. That was probably what boosted you into realizing like, oh crap, this is the content that people enjoy watching.
Yeah, it was my first ever like inkling of like what really makes it like people want to watch a video. Like it was the first time like I just had success in terms of views, and I was like, oh, so like put green in the thumbnail and it does insanely well. Really, really cool.
What's like one piece of other than putting green in the thumbnail, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who's kind of like looking to, because I mean you've kept all your old videos. We can go back and look at your old videos and see how much you grow, which a lot of people don't keep. A lot of people delete. I mean, I did on the channel, like it wasn't even low viewed videos, I just deleted them because I wasn't proud of them being on my channel. And so like what's like one piece of advice you'd give to someone to kind of find their footing also?
I feel like it's a pretty basic advice, but like if you've heard it before, it's because it works. Just like make a lot of stuff. I feel like that those first like 7 months, I was talking about this the other day with my friend. Those first 7 months, I was making a video like every day, every other day, like just really putting in the work, because I never made videos before, so like of course I'm not gonna be able to make a good video. And like if you just like make 100 videos, like you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. I started learning how to edit. I started looking into like what kind of editing I should do to like make the videos better. I remember looking at like audience retention. I'm like, oh, so like people watched this video longer than this one. Why is that? People stopped watching when I did this. Why is that? Maybe if I don't do that, it's a better video. And so I was really obsessed with learning and improving. But I think the biggest thing, if you're trying to find your footing, like number one, you got to just be excited about it and interested. If you're interested and excited and you want it, like everything else just kind of follows, because if you want it, you're just going to do it a lot, you know? And I think you really just need to do it a lot to figure out how to do stuff. And then you can really start taking like your strategy seriously, and like really looking into like what makes a good video. But in the beginning, you just got to do it a lot, you know? Like I think with any skill you're learning, you just got to like, yeah, that's what I would say.
In a lot of your older videos, you have the letters EC and then a number in the thumbnail. What does that mean?
It means EchoCraft. So that was like the
SMP, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't the first SMP that I was ever on. I think it was like the second one. But yeah, I made like, I think close to 100 videos on that server. Yeah, that was part of the grind of learning how to make good videos. Yeah.
Episode 26, even just hovering over the thumbnail here, there's a clip of you and someone eating in real life. The video titled "The Most Evil Parkour Jump."
Yeah.
Why? What have I missed there?
Okay, let me see if I can remember. It's the most evil parkour jump. I think me and my friend Branzy, we built this little parkour haunted house on the server for people to play. It was like a Halloween area, and we built our own little thing. Me and my friend Branzy, he's like one of my best friends when it comes to like online, and one of like the people I've known the longest. It turns out like we live really close to each other, like 30 minutes away or something. It's like literally like one of the first 3 people I'd ever met online. He's just like 30 minutes away from him. And I think it came up in conversation because we were talking about college one time. I was like, oh yeah, I go to so-and-so college. He's like, what? I graduated from that. And so that just led to like a couple months later with this video. We're like, you wanna go get lunch? And I think the reason we went go get lunch is because we talked about monitors. I think he's like, I have a spare monitor if you want it. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. So I biked over to a Jimmy John's. We got lunch together. This was like after I got out for college that day. I biked over, we ate lunch together, and then I strapped the monitor to my backpack because it like wouldn't fit in just zipping. I had to use my my bike lock to like secure it onto my backpack, and then I just rode off. And he's like, dude, I hope that worked. And then I just rode home. So that was the reason for eating. And then I just kind of put it in the video as a little cameo.
I got respect it, honestly. Do you drive now, or do you sit on a bike?
Yeah, I drive, and I like I could drive at the time, but I really liked biking to college. It was a good way to keep active, good way to like start the morning. What was that?
But with a monitor.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was. I mean, it worked, so I don't really mind doing goofy things if it just like it kind of made sense and it worked, and the monitor didn't break. So yeah, kind of a goofy story though.
What's it that you like so much about like SMPs and storytelling? I mean, you like as we talked about there, you was in EchoCraft. You've been in Lifesteal. I believe you joined at the same time as Brazy. I'm going to say it wrong. Brazy. You said the name. Branzycraft. Right? Have I said that right?
Yeah. Branzy.
You both joined Lifesteal at the same time, I believe, right? Or both of you were in Lifesteal.
Yeah, we were both in Lifesteal. I joined like a season before him or something. Yeah, it's like why do I like SMPs in general?
Yeah, like what is it? I mean, I know you're big on storytelling. That's clear to see. But like, other than that, is there any other reason?
I feel like kind of just everything about it. I mean, I'm not like on an SMP right now, but it was kind of all I knew, like of what to do, like what a Minecraft YouTuber was. Like I said, I'd watched a lot of like Etho's Lab and like Let's Play SMP-esque stuff, and so that's kind of what I always aspired to. And I started doing it. I don't know. I just really like it. It's a great place to meet people, to get good friends, because you're like, especially if you're making videos together, you have similar goals. You can talk about the stuff you're doing in Minecraft. You can talk about how you're making videos. You get to be part of a community. I don't know, kind of it all. I mean, I'm not in an SMP right now. I guess we can talk about that too. But yeah, SMPs are great. Yeah, I don't know.
Got them. What would you like to say about that? Then you said you wanted to speak about it.
Like why I'm not in an SMP right now?
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest. I feel like I think I just kind of burnt myself out of the kind of like just videos specific to SMPs, at least when it came to Lifesteal. Maybe it's just like a Lifesteal thing, because I was on Lifesteal for like 2 years, I think, and it just kind of got repetitive, and I wasn't like excited to make videos, and I was kind of forcing myself to be on. And especially towards the end, I just wasn't playing a ton. So I'm like, okay, I'm not playing a ton. I'm not really liking making I'm forcing myself to make videos, so I'm just gonna leave. And so the worst part about that is just like leaving a community and like having a place that you go like all the time with other people. But it's just like kind of wasn't the stuff I was making, I guess. And I don't know, it's a big commitment, so I haven't like tried to get into other SMPs as well, because I feel like I would like to start and I like hanging out with people and like doing things, but just the long-term like goal of what I want to do with myself and my like making videos, it's just like that and being on an SMP don't really align. So I just kind of don't. Like, I'm not opposed to SMPs, and like I think they're good, but I think just for me at the moment, just like I'm doing other stuff, I guess, and I just try to hang out with people.
Been there, lived it, done that. Now it's like
I guess so.
Journeys. What's your like favorite SMP memories then? Like, what are some moments that you kind of from anything in general, even if it's just an SMP that I haven't mentioned there, that just kind of resonates in your head?
One memory that never got turned into a video, so I think this is a good one. Is it was this afternoon time I spent with a couple of friends on EchoCraft. Back in the day, this was before I like was really getting big on YouTube. It was me, this guy named Mad Tiger, Soli Lace, I think Branzy, and was it Skills? I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. The people don't know the names. But we wanted to do this prank on the server where we like drained a large body of water and we needed a whole bunch of sponges. So me and like these four guys, we went out on an adventure, raiding like 50 different ocean monuments to get as many sponges as we could. And it was just such a fun afternoon because we developed like a system and a strategy to loot these like the ocean monuments really quickly. And we started coming up with lingo, like in an ocean monument, you'll get like mining fatigue if you're there too long, and like the guardians will ding you. And so we tried to get good enough that we could raid the entire thing and kill all the guardians, and we wouldn't get donged. And we'd be like, we gotta no dong run. And it was just such a fun afternoon of like just chatting to each other. I don't even know if I was recording it. We had like a goal together. We were aligned. We were just like hanging out, having fun. We had like good synergy. It was teamwork, and I don't know. So that was a really good memory that never turned into a video that, yeah, I'm pretty fond of.
What about ones that we like were able to see? See, I guess like before I carry on with that, that's what I love about the podcast as well, because you've been able to hear that entire story. And have you ever said that before or no?
I don't think so, to be honest. Maybe I probably only told like people in voice calls, never in a actual video.
There you go. You get the inside scoop, hear the behind the scenes of favorite moments. So sadly, because I think the same thing happened with Captain Sparkles, who mentioned about how like something really funny like happened, but no one was recording, so you only got to hear it. So it's nice to hear like the stuff that does, like, not everything that's recorded or not everything that's seen. You still have good memories behind the scenes, like good moments behind the scenes.
Oh yeah,
on camera. There we go.
For sure. Yeah, and it really depends with the video. Like sometimes there's like 40 hours of just like recording behind a video, and like so much of it can be fun. I remember especially with lifesteal stuff, there's just, we were like my videos, it was so much footage of just hanging out, and there's just so many good memories of just hanging out in voice calls with lifesteal people talking about YouTube, what they want to do with their life, how to make videos better. Like, I feel like I have so many good memories, man. Like, with the No Armor hardcore stuff that I've been doing, like, that whole series was such a blast. I did not expect it to be so good. I recorded something last night where me, my friend Jumper, and Rekrap2 got, like, the new music discs in 120 just on a whim, and I'll probably turn into a video. It's like, stuff like that's really fun. Yeah, there's just so much. I love YouTube. Any stuff where I'm hanging out with people, like, with a goal to do something in Minecraft, just chatting, like, it's just a good time. I love it.
Let's talk about that No Armor hardcore series. You made it to episode 8, which is the end. How comes that's the end? For anyone who hasn't had a chance, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't had a chance to watch it, or I guess for anyone who has watched it, it came out, by the time this podcast comes out, would have come out 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 days ago. Okay, so if you haven't watched it by now, it's kind of your problem, but you can go check out the Rekrap2 channel. Just there we go, putting that out there. Why is it coming to an end?
Why is it coming to an end? It was kind of interesting because when we started out, we didn't have a super strong outline of what the series was gonna be. Like, there was no clear goal. It was sort of it was hard to get like a clear goal for the end of a series, or like what we're trying to work towards, because we kind of wanted something like that, but we didn't really have it. And so as we were recording like the episodes, like 3, 4, 5, we were talking about, okay, what do we do after we kill the dragon? Because the dragon feels like the natural ending point of a series and like what to do. And we didn't want to like force something. We're like, oh, our goal is to get an elytra after we kill the dragon, and that's why we're doing the series, and then it ends there. So we talked about it quite a bit, but we kind of just came to the decision after we got the elytras and stuff, just like do a couple, like, just, I don't know, just like do a couple of fun things and just kind of end it. And it turned more into a time thing. Like, the series just ends when the time is up, and so that way it's not like we're trying to do this thing, it's just like we're going until the time is up, more so. And so that's sort of how I packaged it for my stuff, and I really like that. I think giving an end to things is really really good. So I guess did that answer the question?
I think I answered it perfectly, and I think that you ending on day 8 by yourself, I think, is also good, because when, like, I'll be honest, when I saw it 2 days ago, I'm just like, oh, they died, but how did they die? And a lot of people probably clicked on it to find out how you died, but you didn't. you just was like, yeah, no, it's been fun, it's been a cool 8 days, but what comes next?
Yeah, that's why I think. So maybe we'll do a season 2. It was really fun though. I almost died. Like I should have died. Like that was really sketchy towards the end. That was like the closest I came to dying by a long shot. I played that series pretty well, I think. I was very safe.
That's what makes it interesting. I mean, but the thing is, right, you say about, oh, I nearly died. You had no armor and you were playing on hardcore. Don't worry, like it's fine. Like, you know, it's more a flex to say that you survived this long. How many Minecraft days was it? 'Cause I think I missed it.
I don't know. We can probably do a guess. I think it was 3 hours for each recording session. So that would be what 9 days. 9 days per episode. 9 times 8 is like what is that? Like 81 or something?
Something along those lines.
So, yeah, like less than 100 Minecraft days, but like more than 50. So like a pretty good amount.
What inspired the idea of not just the video itself, but everything you did during the video? Because you didn't just play hardcore, right? I mean, you did, but you didn't, like, you still did stuff within it. You had people in the videos. You could have just done it on your own. So what inspired the entire idea of like the whole concept for the series? There, I think I've worded that pretty well there.
I built. It wasn't me, to be clear. It was, I'm trying to, I think it was Looney. I think it was Looney and somebody else. Let me see what the original DM was.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, what inspired it was not just, but I mean, also just, I guess to link that then to make me part right in what I'm saying here, is what inspired you to take part in this. There you go.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I actually thought it was your idea. I didn't realize that. So I'm apologies and credit to the people who thought of it. But yeah.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, so it was Looney's idea. He basically just reached out to me with, I can't remember exactly how he worded it. He was like, yo, I'm doing this limited time project thing. It's gonna, he like gave me the rundown. It's gonna be hardcore. We're gonna do like only proximity chat. There's gonna be this amount of people. And I like to be open for a lot of things. I feel like I don't like closing myself off when it comes to like opportunities and content. Like I still say no to like a lot of stuff. But I like keeping myself open so that I can do things like this. And I've done a lot, and I think people like kind of know that. And so I don't know. I got invited to it. I thought it looked fun, so I joined. I feel like I didn't fully answer the question there. Does that answer it? It just kind of seemed fun.
Well,
I did it.
But okay then. I mean, if you have an answer for this, and like if it's still the same answer, that can be fine. What inspired what you specifically did during the videos? Like what you built, what you took part in?
It was all very reaction based. It was sort of like I said, we didn't have a super strong goal going in, and I was like, okay, we'll just like kind of beat the dragon the first couple of episodes. And so it was all like working up towards the dragon for the most part for the beginning. We're like, oh, we need to get some good tools. We need to go to the nether. We need to get the layers rods and ender pearls, whatever. And then after it was kind of just like, we just took it day by day, and we were like, oh, maybe we should like kill a wither for this episode. Like that'll be kind of cool. Like, can we do that? See if we can do that. Let's build a little monument for all the people that have died. Like that's just a reaction to people dying. And we're like, oh, let's do this. It'll be cool. And it was really fun. So it was all very on the fly, reaction based, just kind of playing, you know?
That's fair. I mean, that's the best answer you could give to that. It was a tough one to answer. I just was curious if there was anything else, but that's a good answer. I like that.
Thank you.
Kind of talking more on your channel here then, I'm kind of linking a little bit back into SMPs there. Oh, actually, no, no, not even more so SMPs, just more so like kind of the content or the field you're in with the people you interact with. So in your video addressing the GYATT allegations, we might as well talk about that first before I get into my other question here. So, so you did say the. I mean, I watched the video earlier to remind myself. You definitely said the word, yeah. It was like, anyone who missed it, can you please explain the reasoning for you screaming GYATT?
Yeah, sure. So I made a video called addressing the GYATT allegations,
I keep saying it wrong,
which is done crazy, by the way. It's a third of the way to 1 million views. Like it's crazy. But I was recording a video with one of my really good friends, Parrot, and we were like going to a really big underwater prison, I think. And I think it was when I saw the prison for the first time, or when we did something.
Yeah. You were underwater,
I was underwater, and I was just startled. So I just like said something in exclamation, like "wow," but it wasn't "wow." It was I'm gonna claim. I know lots of people seem to not believe me, but I didn't intentionally say GYATT. If it sounds like GYATT, there's an argument to me that it's like it is GYATT, but I was like the way I described it is a lot of times when I'm like exclaiming something or like "wow," I'll be like and I'm stumbling with my words. I won't know what to say, and so I kind of went like "gah," and then I mixed "gah" with "yeah," and I couldn't decide what I was saying, and I was like "yeah," and it probably sounded a lot more like GYATT, and so I got there was a ton of comments about me saying GYATT on the Parrot video. I was surprised there were so many people.
And
I was like, oh, this is kind of
times
funny.
in the video that you was talking about addressing it, and now you just said it multiple times on the podcast as well.
Exactly, exactly.
I
So I made a little video
talking
about it.
Oh, sorry.
I just said, and so I made a video about it. But what'd you say?
I might honestly steal that title and put that in like the podcast title. Rekrap addressing the gear allegations and farming 1 million melons. There we go. Wait, probably not the best of things to put together, but that, we'll see. We'll experiment.
Hey, it works, man. It works. It's like it's a 1 out of 10 by a long shot.
Hopefully. I mean, of course, it's gonna do well. Like who goes onto YouTube, right? Subscribe to Rekrap1, scrolling through their feed, and they just see addressing the gear allegations. Like, of course you're gonna click on that. And even if you don't watch the entire thing and you only watch the first 2 minutes, you're gonna click on that title. Why has Rekrap uploaded this? What are they possibly saying?
I thought it was really funny. That's why I love the second channel. I just kind of upload videos I think are funny and cool, and yeah.
What I was going to go into from that as well, though, is you mentioned that the parrot video that you was in was 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Bit of a hot take topic here, because I just want to get your opinion on it, purely because also I saw a tweet about it the other day, is that what is your, and I know it's only a one-off, and hopefully it doesn't become a trend. I mean, I'm not saying hopefully, I don't know if it's going to become a trend, but what is your opinion about anyone in general of like 3 hour long SMP videos or 3 hour long Minecraft videos that are like highly edited, well done? What is your opinion? Because a lot of people obviously don't have a 3 hour long attention span. So what is your view on that?
Totally fine. I think there's a lot of different kinds of videos. I mean, clearly there's a lot of people who want to watch it. It has like 2.5 million views in like a week. I think it's really good. I think it's really good for Parrot as well. I think he, especially towards like the end of his stuff on Lifesteal, he was kind of struggling with like what to do, especially because a lot of the Lifesteal videos he was making, it was, and I don't want to speak for him, but I think it was like making an SMP video, it just takes a ton of work and a ton of like preparation to do these big cool spectacles, and like if it doesn't work, like it just doesn't work, and like it kind of ruins your whole video. Or if somebody like raids your farm and breaks it, like you just have to build it again. And so there's like a ton of grinding off camera that goes into it. That's not what people want to do. Like when they're making videos, they don't want to be grinding for 12 hours to get enough TNT to blow something up for 1 minute of the video, you know? And so I think it was a really good thing for Parrot and the other people that have been doing it, like Wembu and Spoke, to really express their creativity in a different way. I think they really like, I know Parrot for sure really likes like making stuff that are like making movies, you know? I think he's really fell in love with that, and I think it's really good for him. I think it's totally fine to make 3 hour long videos. Like if you don't want to watch it, just don't watch it. It's not for everybody. A ton of people have been liking it, and it's been very cool to see. So I think it's a really cool thing, really good.
And I enjoyed the concept. I think it was, I just wanted to get your take on it because obviously you've made longer form videos as well, or you've done a lot of grinding in your videos, and that them kind of like styles of content with the long videos I really enjoy. But it's really ironic because I run a podcast and my attention span is kind of cooked. So I watch YouTube videos on 2 times speed. So that was 3 hour video would actually be an hour and a half for me.
Oh, there you go.
Which I mean, it's like the thing is I've learned to kind of watch. I mean, it's also because I speak really fast as well. I've learned to be able to watch people who speak really fast. So 2 times works like perfectly for me. So that's also a piece of advice. If you don't want to watch a 3 hour long video, just slap it on 2 times and it becomes an hour and a half video.
Yeah, true, fair enough.
I can't remember who I was talking about this with. I think we was talking about like SMP video or something, and we was talking about how like some of the videos are partially like roleplay. Like you mentioned in your video, the GYATT allegations. Like obviously you switched into creative a few times and people noticed it, etc. One thing I'll say is, and I said this on the last podcast, is would people rather like, because it takes a lot of time, like you said, to put into these videos with the editing, with the with the getting the resources for all this kind of stuff. So would people rather like you spend more time mining so say you need to mine like 100 obsidian, right? It takes 45 seconds to mine. I think it's like 45 seconds to mine obsidian with like a normal diamond pickaxe, right? That would take 4,500 seconds, which is 75 minutes, right? So would people rather you spend an hour and 15 minutes mining obsidian and making it fully legit and fully like real? Would they rather you just spawn in the 100 obsidian in 5 minutes and then spend the other hour and 10 minutes then that you saved on editing? I think that's what a lot of people kind of don't realize with these videos as well. Like the scripted content, as much as it is sometimes scripted or fake, like it's a lot more convenient because that way then you're getting more content, which is what YouTube is about. It's not about this whole grind real. I mean it is, because you did it with the Melons video, which is I'm as far as I'm aware 100% real. But I kind of went down a little waffle chain there, but do you get what I mean?
I think so. I think videos, it should all about being like being honest about it. Like, I think people, like, I don't like, I think scripted stuff is bad if you're claiming that it's not scripted and you're doing insane things and you're putting unrealistic expectations out there. I think that's bad. But like,
Well, I more mean just like that. That's why I use specifically the Obsidian idea, right? Like, as a side to spending an hour and 15 minutes mining the Obsidian, if you're gonna just get the same result with, as long as you're not claiming that you did it in less Minecraft days, and that's not the idea of the video, then I think, like, you know, just spawning in the 100 Obsidian to save yourself an hour and 15 minutes that can be used on editing is fair. There's a lot of people, I think, want everything to be 100% real, which, I mean, you can't even always see. And I guess that's just my take on it. You can have a completely different one, and which is completely fair, but. You know.
Yeah, I think it's kind of depends what you want, and like, yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to burn like you're on a spot there. I guess I was just saying my take on the situation. On like, my point is, the 3-hour long videos are great, and it's also nice to kind of see the like progress, or you just you know, it's a longer form video for you to watch of your favorite creators. There you go, more time spent.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of back into the whole speedrunner thing then, because we mentioned it at the start, but we kind of brushed over it a little bit. Is what got you into Minecraft speedrunning?
My first like interaction or introduction, or my first my first interaction really with speedrunning was watching Curryway's videos. So I watched those in 2020, 21, something like that. But I never tried speedrunning myself. And it was like that for a year or 2 years. But I really actually got into speedrunning when I went over to my mom's house, and my brother would always be speedrunning. And I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Like, I've seen stuff before. I'm going to try it out. And so I tried it out. I really liked it. I really enjoy learning and getting better at things, and speedrunning was perfect for that. It was right up my alley. Like, it is Minecraft. Like, I've been doing that for so long. I'm comfortable with it, familiar with it. And so I'm gonna get dates wrong here. I feel like it was like 2022, the end of 2022, maybe in 2023. I don't even know. I got into speedrunning at some point, and I just started running on my own. Yeah, that's sort of how I got into it.
And then you slowly got better over time. You mentioned there that your brother, you kind of got the idea, but not fully from, but like was part inspired by your brother playing, doing speedrunning.
Yeah.
What, like, obviously, I'm assuming your family know about your channel, and with your brother playing Minecraft, what do they think of it? Obviously, they're probably really proud, but
yeah, I think they like it. I think they think it's cool. All of my brothers play Minecraft. I definitely play Minecraft way more than everybody else. And I, especially my older brother and the brother. I have 2 younger brothers. The older of those, he doesn't play as much. He'll play every now and then, so they think it's cool. I think most of them watch my videos. I don't think they watch all of them. But when my Naked and Afraid series finished, my older brother came into my room and was like, "Yo, that was like really good." So we'll say stuff like that occasionally. Yeah, it was really nice. My parents like it and are proud of it. They think it's totally chill. Yeah, not more to it, I guess.
I was also just asking because it's just a question I never really asked on the podcast of like how people's families views on it. Because my dad, he listened to like a few of the podcasts for a little while on his way to work. It's just like a little error of like a week where he was just supporting. But like none of my, I waffle to my mom about content all the time because it feels nice being able to talk to her because she doesn't have any clue what I'm talking about. So I can just waffle away and she just listens. And but like my brother, for example, I have one brother, he doesn't really care about it. None of my IRL friends know about Minecraft, or it's not that he doesn't care, sorry, but like they don't really watch or anything. So when you said about Minecraft, I was like, oh, do they actually like watch what you play?
That's a really good point, actually, because I feel like I mean, they understand it to a point, but I definitely don't like talk, especially when I was really like grinding YouTube and like trying to get better. I don't like talk YouTube with them. I'm not like, yo, look at my latest retention graph, dude. It finished at 50%, like it's insane. Have you seen this CTR? What do you think about this? Like, it is like totally different, and I think that's where having a friend group with YouTube and a community is really nice. But my brothers definitely understand Minecraft and my content a lot more. I don't think my mom really does. I think she watches a bit. I'm not sure. My dad understands Minecraft more. My dad was the first person in our family to play Minecraft. He's what got us into it. So yeah, but it is interesting. Yeah, for sure.
A video that you made a little while back, and I've been trying to find it. I've been scrolling, and I just, for the life of me, can't find the right video for some reason. You made a Bedrock orientated video, right? Talking about like the positives and the negatives compared to Java. I can't find what video it is.
Oh yeah, that's an old video. You've done your research.
Well, big up Roman for that one. I do my research, but Roman also helped, and I gotta give her credit. She's the one who found that. The reason reason that specifically brought up is because I used to be a Bedrock content creator, Rekrap.
Oh, really? And you switched over to Java?
Up until last, well, it's kind of weird, right? So I got a night shift job in I got June 2022. So I was doing content up until then. The podcast started in April 2022. So I was doing a podcast and Hive Bedrock Edition content up until June. And I stopped because I got a night shift job. So I stopped doing content then until January when I got, I think the word is suspended or whatever. I was getting paid basically because I was basically about to get fired before I left. Up until April, they was paying me to be at home. Then I came back into content creation and I started up Java content because someone recommended I play Tubnet. So I was playing Tubnet and then they said, oh, why don't you get onto MCC Island? So I bought a pass, played MCC Island, then got into Java Edition. So I had Venom back when the podcast was Bedrock orientated. I had Venom on the podcast. I mean, spent the entire time talking about Bedrock Edition. I re-brought him back on then to actually interview him properly about his content. So that's my part story there. But yeah, what made you? Because you talked about for a little reminder here, and just for anyone who doesn't know, and picking me up if I'm wrong at any point. You made the video. I watched it the other day when Roman notified me about it. You talked about what the deficits of what the positives of Bedrock Edition are compared to Java Edition, and you also talked about the deficits. So what's good about Bedrock, and also what's bad about Bedrock, right? To put a narrative there.
Yeah. That video, it was in that period where I was just experimenting a lot. I was just kind of making any and every type of video that I could, and I think I saw a video with like a similar style to that one, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that. It was my first ever time playing Bedrock, and I think still my only ever time playing Bedrock, to be honest. It was just a little fun 4-minute video talking about the differences between it. Like, I couldn't believe it, bro. People's eyes blink in Bedrock, and it like freaked me out. So that's kind of all that was. I think I made it in like a day or something, so it wasn't a massive project, just like an experimental, like trying things out sort of video. It was pretty cool.
But that answers one of my questions of, how often do you play Bedrock Edition? Never.
Yeah, never. My last interaction with Bedrock was like that. Like I watched a Bedrock speedrun video a while ago, I think. But yeah, not too much interaction with it.
Have you seen that clip? I think I saw Shadoon posted it, another channel posted it, of like where they're on Bedrock Edition hardcore mode and they're flying around the nether and then they just stop in midair and just start suffocating in a block.
I have, yeah. is that like an actual like problem? I feel like I've seen like 2 clips like that or something.
The other one that you would have seen is the cherry blossom. They're building in a cherry blossom with the leaves.
Yeah.
And they just randomly die. As a very, I don't know why it exists, but that is a Bedrock problem.
It's kind of crazy. Bedrock's different.
Oh man. See, the thing is, the servers are pretty good. Like Hive does a pretty good job, and as much as I don't like it, I gotta say EchoCraft does a pretty good job as well. But like Bedrock survival mode, it's just the only reason people I understand who are, I mean, if you're on PC, I don't really understand why you're not playing Java Edition survival as opposed to Bedrock. But then I understand why like PlayStation mobile, like kind of stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because Bedrock is everything not PC Java, right? Like it can be your phone, your laptop, your iPad, PlayStation.
Yeah, Xbox, anything. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's crossplay as well, so you can play like an Xbox person can play with PlayStation, that kind of jazz. Whereas PC can obviously play against everyone on Bedrock Edition, and it has that weird like, I can't even call it weird. I'm not gonna like trash too much on it because I was a Bedrock player for like 3 years. I'm not saying it in a bad way, but now that I played Java Edition, I've come to realize that bridging mechanic is very strange. How you can just place the block below you and just sprint.
yeah.
At the time I was like, this is elite. I was like, this is elite. Why Java Edition's like players like saying about this? Like, why they wish they had this. Now I realize actually it makes it a lot more fun when you can't just speed bridge against someone and just destroy them.
Yeah, I love the skill of bridging. Bridging's really cool.
And what's your how fast, like, can you fruitberries bridge, for example?
No. Furthest I've probably ever gotten in fruitberry bridging is like 4 or 5 blocks. I've never really tried it. I can telly bridge a little bit. My best telly bridge is like 5 chain tellies or something like that, and then I can speed bridge very, very confidently.
Okay. I've gone a bit better over it, but I've lost my touch. I don't really play Minecraft anymore, and when I do, I'm just doing parkour. Do you do much parkour?
No, not really. I mean, I'll do like parkour in things, and I like do a lot of terrain management, but that's not really parkour. There was a period where I did a lot of like housing parkour, like when I was making YouTube videos. It's nice to do like when you're hanging out and call with friends, or if you do like parkour together, that's pretty fun. Or if there's a parkour map. The last parkour thing I did was probably like a late night HBG call. I think Feinberg showed me and a couple of people Miner. Do you know the Miner server?
Yeah.
Okay, so he showed us some parkour on that, and that was pretty fun. So parkour is really fun, but I don't really have any like goals I'm working towards or like a super like motivation to do it. I'll do it like if it comes up or if it's in an event, but I'm not a parkour wizard or anything.
Do you tend to do as like late night calls and stuff a lot then? You mentioned a few of them.
Yeah. It depends. I think there's certain periods where there's a lot less, but for the most part, yeah. A lot of people are pretty active, especially in the content Minecraft space. People are usually up pretty late. And it's pretty easy to like stay up later than people normally do, just because like you're staring at a bright screen all night, or all evening. So yeah. It's always a balance, or like a conversation I'm having with myself, because I do like sleeping a little bit earlier, and by earlier I mean like not 1 o'clock, not 2 o'clock, and so I've been going to bed at like 12 lately, which has felt pretty good.
What time have you been waking up?
I wake up at like 9 or something like that.
That's alright. That's an alright sleep schedule actually. Some people's sleep schedules are cooked. They go in bed at 5 a.m. and wake up at 3 p.m. is mental.
Dude, yeah, yesterday, I won't say names because I don't know if you would want me to, but one of my friends was like, I woke up at 12, and I was like, 12? Not noon 12, he woke up at midnight.
Oh my god.
It's like, wait, what? He's like fully nocturnal, bro. I don't get it. You know, if it works for you, that's chill. It's only a problem if it's a problem, I guess.
During COVID, my sleep schedule was bad. Like on the days I didn't have college, like online college, I was going to bed at like 4 or 5 a.m. and waking up like 2 p.m, walking a dog and then like doing stuff, and then it's just horrible repeat. I mean, my dog got me through COVID, definitely. I wouldn't say like it would have been bad without them. It would have just been worse without them. So
that's fun. Like, that's fun. Do you still have that dog?
Yeah. He was born in January 2020. Sorry.
Oh,
and then we
okay.
got him in March. So he's 4 years old. He's a nuisance.
Fun.
And you can hear him sometimes on the podcast barking in the background. So.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's really cool.
That's another question regarding all of that was a lot of like the HBG gang. Obviously, I know you talk to other communities. It's more so just I've had like a lot of HBG members on the podcast. It's easier to kind of relate to them or like relate to them. A lot of them playing events like, you know, you applied to MCC Rising 2 with Coryway and stuff. Coryway is now playing in Twitch Rivals and Feinberg's been in MCC, and they play in all these other tournaments like Pandora's Box, MC Mayhem, Block Wars, all that kind of jazz. Has that never really been your kind of thing to play in tournaments, or is it just something that you've what's it? How come you're not in any?
There's a period where I did a lot of them back to back. Like I did Block Wars like 2 or 3 times, and right around then I did like a whole bunch of different other events too. But I don't know, it's just not like something I'm actively really trying to be in. I think I've applied to the latest 2 Block Wars, and I just got benched on both of them, so I just like I just kind of stopped checking the Discord, and I don't think I've applied to them, because I think there's been way more than 2 since the last time I played. I don't know. I usually do stuff, like it's not like I'm actively trying to do it, but if they invite me to do it, I might, or I probably would. I guess it depends on the event. I don't know. It's not like my real jam. Like I've done a couple, and I've done pretty good. I haven't like done like insanely well, but it's not like a skill I'm trying to develop or something I'm super excited about. Like I'll do it, but I think a lot of it too is I'm just not really a streamer, and I think events are really for streamers and people who like do that. Like I stream a lot on my alt, like on an alt thing, just to like document all of my speedrunning, you know. But I'm not like a streamer. Like I make videos and I speedrun. Like it's close to being a streamer, but I think if I were to do events like that, I would, number one, like really have to be actively reaching out and like become more of an established streamer, and then the people would be like, oh, we kind of like want you more. But yeah, so that's sort of where I am with it. They're cool though. I like watching them.
I watched your MCC application. And on the Rekrap1 channel, which was like a behind the scenes. If assuming you haven't played an MCC before, then obviously like you know if it just depends on scenarios and all that kind of jazz. If there is an MCC Rising 3, do you reckon you'll apply? Even only just for the sake of applying.
I wouldn't apply myself, like I wouldn't be in charge, but if somebody was like, hey, you want to be on my team, I would totally do that. And that's like what the last one that happened, like Curry was like, yo, do you want to be on my team for the thing? Like I would do that to like do a thing with friends and hang out, but I'm not actively trying to be in MCC.
I get that. That's a good answer. If it happens, it happens, and kind of like with tournaments in general, if you get invited and it's the right timing, then it'll work out perfectly, kind of thing. You're kind of, I mean, I've kind of just been talking into existence here, but you know, this is fun. There's no set structure. We've just kind of been talking about stuff in general. To go back to your videos again, you're very, very good at storytelling. In case you know that already, you know what you're doing, which is good. One video that I've kind of been hinting at throughout this podcast, and I think it's time we bring it up, is the farming 1 million melons in 100 Minecraft days, and then farming 10 million melons in 100 Minecraft days. I can't remember for the life of me, so just a recap here. Did you get to the 1 million melons in 100 Minecraft days?
No, I was like 4,000 off or something.
So then you decided to go for 10 million.
After big mistake.
What was the full process behind that? Why did you sit down and think, yeah, let's see if we can get all these melons?
I guess number one, I just thought I could do it. I did some like rough math. The biggest thing is my first one, which is like, it's not very good in terms of like an actual run. I remember when I started making the video, I wanted it to like show progression. I wanted it to be about me getting better at farming melons and not like, I thought it would be more interesting if I started off with like farming. Like the first thing I do in that video is like plant a melon, you know, and farm it. And then I start like farming with like stone axes or whatever. And so if you're actually trying to farm a lot of melons, like the strat is get all the good gear first and then just like build an automatic farm, you know, with flying machine. And in that video, it was more about the progression and just doing it for the first time and just like getting better at melons. And so like throughout the video, it just gets better. And it definitely turned into a grind at the end, but I kind of finished it. And then I looked at like, I was like, I can just make a flying machine farm. Like it just saves a ton of time on redstone. Like I'll actually like have a plan going in. And then I did some math and I was like, I think it's possible. But I did the 10 million and I got like 3 million. So it's just like way bad. So I am planning to do another attempt fairly soon, I think. I have a lot of trips this summer, so we'll see if I do it this summer. But definitely something I want to do again. I think it's a really fun challenge. Yeah.
What if you gathered together with either 5 or 10 other content creators and tried to get 50 million melons?
Well, funny thing, I did actually do 100 million on attempt like 2 months ago. Yeah, I figured. It was really weird because it wasn't really my idea. So Fulham, he's a guy in HPG, a friend of mine. He like pinged me in the Discord and he's like, yo, because I think he just watched my melon video. He's like, yo, if you no, actually wait, sorry, restarting the story slightly. He pinged me because I did another 10 million melon attempt on my second channel and I just threw it up. He thought it was so interesting. It's like that speedrunner thing in him where he's like, he thought it was fascinating, like learning to know like what kind of farms you need to build and what order to like maximize how many melons you get. And it's a really cool challenge. So he pinged me and I was like, yo, would you be able to hit 100 million with 10 people? And I was like, I don't know, man. That's like kind of insane. So we talked about it for a little bit and he didn't want to do it if I didn't do it. And I was like, I wasn't like opposed to it, but I wasn't the one like behind it that's like excited to do it. I was just like, I'll do it. It'll probably be good. And so we spent the next couple of days making this plan. We made a Gantt chart with his engineering degree to lay out everything that we needed to do. We like assigned roles and then we did the attempt. And that was like 2 or 3 months ago. And I just need to turn it into a video. I just had a lot of other stuff that I've been doing, like in prioritizing over it. I just like sort of haven't. So one of the people who was part of that attempt made a video on it, and so that was pretty cool. But we did attempt it, and I just need to turn it into a video because it was really cool and it was really interesting to be like a manager, I guess. I'd never felt more like a businessman, like a CEO than I did during that week because I was like managing in charge. I'm like, these are like, it's my responsibility to make sure this goes well. And honestly, I got a little burnt out of it and like it was a little bit like stressful. I think like in the beginning I was like, it's not really that stressful, but like I did really want it to go well because it's 100 days. It's like 33 hours. So I'm asking people to put in these hours. So I really tried to make an environment where it's just fun to be around and just like it's fun to hang out with the other people in this call like towards this goal. And afterwards afterwards, I was really, really happy and surprised with like how much people liked it. It felt really good because I was kind of worried, especially in the middle, because things started going bad. Like I thought we did a lot of planning. We spent like 2 or 3 days planning, but it's a 33-hour project that needs to go right, and we didn't test a lot of things, and stuff started going wrong. And like if we do it again, like we just need a lot more planning. But after we finished, like before we counted up the melons, because we wanted to keep that a little secret until like videos dropped. People were like, "Okay, when are we doing it again?" Like they just wanted to do it again. That was really cool. Like regardless of if we will do it again, or like if I'm excited to do it again and wanting to do it again, just felt really good because it was like, oh, they like actually liked doing it. And even though things went wrong, and I was worrying about if like because I had to sleep for part of it too, and so I had to like designate stuff to other people. Yeah, I kind of rambled there. But I think that was the end of my thoughts. So it was cool. I did 100 million attempt. Yeah. Just need to turn it into a video.
I think that's the thing, right? Like you still probably love the idea, but after doing 2 of them, you were probably part tired as well. As in, like you weren't. It wasn't that you weren't excited per se. It's just more so like it was just long.
Honestly, it wasn't even that. It was more in the sense of managing and being in charge of a whole bunch of other people that I didn't like. Because honestly, I was pretty excited about the tech and the process of farming melons because I still feel like I haven't done it justice. Like in that 100 million attempt, we did so many new things that were just way better and way faster. And so I'm still really wanting to do another 10 million attempt because I actually think I can do it. Because like when I look back at the old attempts, it's just like everything's just so bad and unoptimized. And it's just gotten so much better. I want another run where I actually like do all of the new stuff. So I really like the idea of like learning all these new strats, and I think it's very cool. It's more so like the responsibility of being in charge, because like it is just like a lot of people that you're working with and in charge with, and I'm like the person, like me and Fulm were the people like in charge of it all. And so I really wanted to make sure it went well, and it just like takes a lot of effort. And yeah,
I just remember watching like I didn't have any say in any ideas because I was just sitting there while I was like editing a podcast. I remember watching like Fulham brainstorm ideas on stream.
That's
like way up, because like if it was like because I mean that was them, and I thought, because the thing is I knew you was in that, but I didn't think you had as big of a say as like you've mentioned here. That's why I was hence the reason me asking that like about you doing it, because I didn't realize you were managing people. I thought you was just part of that video or part of that idea kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean I was part of it too, and I guess that was just part of it.
Sorry, is what I mean. Like
oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it was me and Fulham kind of leading the charge, and definitely could not have done it without Fulham. He was really good and fun to work with, and it was it turned out well. I was pretty proud of it.
Have you thought about like other than like a Melons aside, because you mentioned how like you might do it again, or like you hinted it. Is there any other like concepts like videos like that where it's just this big storytelling video that you're planning on making, or like any hints? Can we get any hints to future videos?
No, my content plans right now I need to do are mostly just like catch up, to be honest. There's not a ton of new things. I need to turn the 100 million melons into a video. I actually have another melon video that was that I recorded like 3 or 4 months ago. It's been sitting in the back burner for so long. It's like half edited. I kind of need to finish that in the next couple of days before I go on vacation, I think. So there's another melon thing, and it's like a story thing, because I basically joined a server and did lots of melon stuff. So I got that, and then I need to do another 10 million melon thing, and then I think I have maybe 1 or 2 speedrunning ideas, but besides that, no. I don't really have any projects. Just like sort of catch up. A lot of melon stuff, to be honest. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a big. You're a big melon enjoyer. Do you like melons in real life?
Oh yeah, dude. I love melons. Like watermelons.
Yeah.
Other melons are pretty good too. Like cantaloupes. Cantaloupes are pretty good.
I think watermelons are okay, but I'm not like a crazy big fan.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm not like a crazy big fan. I'm a crazy big fan of Minecraft. I think it's just so funny.
What, Minecraft?
No, like farming melons in Minecraft, like trying to optimize it, and like it's genuinely good and fun challenge that I've liked. To be honest, I do another 10 million attempt, which I'll probably do this summer or after this summer. I really need to catch up on all of my tech, and there's like 4 or 5 docs and like so many spreadsheets and farm files that I need to like relearn, because it's just been like so long since I've done that stuff. I've been doing tons of speedrunning lately.
Let's talk from Rekrap at the time of the melon farming video, okay? So we're not going to talk about now because like you might be a bit rusty, which is easy to happen. Just for the sake of the answer here. Once again, pretending we're in that era, right? Just for the sake of the answer. How much do you know about Minecraft?
How much, like, just in general?
Yeah, but once again, talking from the I'm currently farming melons era, because otherwise right now you might be a bit rusty, which happens with me. My knowledge is rusty. But how much do you know about Minecraft?
I feel like that's a really hard question to answer, because like, what's the metric for saying like you know a lot? You know, because there's so many different aspects
AA world
to it.
record. Like you have to learn a lot about Minecraft in order to get the AA world record multiple times. So when how much did you learn about Minecraft when farming melons? That might be a better way of saying it.
A good amount. It was mostly related to like farms and stuff. Like, I don't think there were too many like things that like I learned that were crazy. Just getting more familiar with things. But the biggest thing was just like farm designs. And so if that's like knowledge, then I learned a lot, because there's a lot of good farm designs out there, and also just like the order of operations of how you can do things and like what you actually need. So definitely a lot of learning to it for sure.
Yeah. No, that's a good fair way of answering it. More so, I guess, like to build on that. Then, do you reckon you'll ever like look at? And if you have already, then apologies for not knowing. Do you ever think you'll look at doing an AA speedrun? Yeah,
I have done an AA speedrun. I have a what is it, sub 4 or something? Sub 4 hours.
That's actually really good.
Yeah. So that was really fun. I only did it for like a week or something, or like 2 weeks. But it was really fun. I don't really do it anymore, just because I feel like I kind of hit my goal. Like, I only wanted to get like a sub 4, but if I do push for like sub 3, like I could maybe see myself doing that. I don't really know though. That would take like a lot of time. But I really like AA runs. I think they're super fun. There was a lot of new cool tech to learn. And just like knowing what you need to do at all times and like the general flow of a run, that was really interesting, because it's so much different than RSG. And I talked with Fine for like an hour or two about AA in general, and that was really cool. I watched a ton of Feinberg during that time trying to pick up things. I think it's really cool. Yeah. So I might do some more in the future, but yeah, I have done some AA runs. I have like 2 or 3 completions or something.
You also collected every type of armor trim.
Yeah.
I can imagine that was so stressful.
It was not stressful. I mean, I guess it was a stress on my body, because it was just so much, dude. I feel even looking back, I'm probably underestimating how much it was. I think it was right around the time when I got into HPG. I was in so many HPG, like every time I was in an HPG call, I was just pressing the button on my tunnel bore underground, just collecting diamonds for so long. It was such a massive grind. I'm glad I did it, and I think it was really cool, and people really seemed to like it. So yeah, definitely a cool project, the armor trims. And I think I was the first person to do it too. So that was kind of cool. I have a world record, you know?
I think you were, yeah. I mean, I think you're one of the, like, a very small majority
yeah, not a ton of people have done it.
Collecting every single armor trim. Same question as the melons then. What went through your head to decide, like, yeah, I'm going to collect every single armor trim for every single piece of... Because you did it for chain as well, right?
Yeah, for chain as well. That's like, and for turtle helmets.
Like, how did you... Because you can't craft chain. Like, I can imagine that just added so much to it as well.
Yeah, I don't remember what the original thought process was. It was just kind of something that came up. I think I just kind of thought of it as the armor trims were being released. I was like, oh, these are cool. And then it was just like, I'm sure a lot of people have had this thought if they're like brainstorming. They're like, oh, like, or just the thought in general. If you're just like playing, you're like, oh, like, could I get like all of them? You know, it's like not like a crazy idea. It's crazy because it's so big, but like the idea itself, like, can I get all of the different types? It's not an insane concept. And I'm pretty sure I started recording the video before I really researched how big it was. It's one of those things where like, if I knew how hard it was, I don't know if I would have done it, or if I knew how much time and work it actually took, like I would have been way more hesitant, but I kind of just started doing it. I kind of like doing that too, especially with new things that come out in Minecraft. I just like playing them and experiencing them for the first time. I didn't think a ton about it. And then I think it made for a better video too, because I think in the first one, like there's a section of it where I like do the math and I'm like, wait, I need that much netherite and that many diamonds. But that's what made the video, is it being that big. And so kind of lost my train of thought. but it was really cool. So that's sort of where it came from.
Weirdly specific question here. How did you farm all the chain armor?
Just villagers. I just bought them from villagers.
Oh yeah, you can do that, can't you? Oh, that really oh my god, this is so intense. Like, how can you just buy them? Yeah.
Dude, imagine if you couldn't. You'd have to like make a mob farm and like just like a giant collection system for broken chainmail armor.
Pray, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
You kind of like linking into a whole. I think we kind of touched on it earlier, but just while I was on topic, even more so here. How did you get so good at storytelling? I mean, you can keep people hooked on these kind of videos for so long, and you can keep them even to the point where they're really long videos. I mean, hold on, I'm not waffling. Yeah, I mean, both the Melon Farm videos, 25-30 minutes. It's not like crazy lengths, but it's long enough. The Armour trim videos are quite long as well, and you're able to get it so that people want to come back and watch again. How did you learn to storytell so well?
I think the best answer is like I learned by doing, but more like I have just done it a lot, and I learn like all the time when I'm doing it. Less so now than probably in the past. But a more specific answer is I really liked a book called Storyworthy by Matthew Dix. It was a book all about storytelling and his style of storytelling, so that got me thinking about it more. Watching other people's stuff, like Casey Neistat has some pretty good thoughts about storytelling. Yeah, I guess that's the way. Another really big piece of learning for me is doing a lot of revision with other people, like having them look at my videos, people that I respect and admire them for their videos. Because I feel like a lot of storytelling that I'm doing is just like precisely telling stuff that happened and like knowing what are the exciting things and like knowing what the meat of the video is. Like, with one of my most recent thing that I did on Lifesteal, where I joined the Lifesteal SMP for like a week or something as a guest to help them, and I made it into a little video. And I remember I was like, okay, how do I make this into a video? And the bulk of that recording was like 40 hours or something. It was like a week, like days. It was probably more than 40 hours. It was just a ton of footage about this like scavenger hunt. And so like initially you might be like, oh, so like the video is all going to be about this scavenger hunt and like the different steps, and you need to show all of the different clues and whatnot. But for me, like if we're talking about storytelling, it's like I put way less time into the actual scavenger hunt. Like there's this whole big segment where I was underground just like chatting with friends about something goofy. And that's like 30-40% of the video. And I knew that was something that I really liked doing. And I had so much fun during that like hour of like recording that part of the video. I was like, okay, I'm going to focus a ton on that. So I think storytelling is knowing what to focus on and what to breeze through. Because I think with YouTube, a lot of time you can be like just trying to breeze through everything. I don't know if that's how it is these days, but especially when I was coming up, there's like you hear the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, or like cutting fast to make stuff better. But that's not necessarily the case. It's knowing where to be fast and where to be slow. And so I think a lot of storytelling for me is like knowing what's the actual video, what were the good parts, and how do I focus on that, and then also showing the viewer like what do I need and want. And I think that's a really big part of storytelling too. It's like, how do I put them in my shoes? Like, what do I want? What am I trying to do? How do I get them to feel what I'm feeling? With the armor trim stuff, it's like I really want to get all these armor trim stuff, and it's such a grind. And I want to show them and make them feel that it's a grind, and that's the storytelling. And then it's making all of that concise into one big piece. And then if you can have a good concept behind it all that you're excited about, and a good title and thumbnail, and it's like, boom, there's your video.
I guess in a weird correlation, it's a bit like how with the podcast I have to know what to say and how to ask the right question in a sense. Because I've
loved your questions. It's been great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. I was like, oh my god. I thought I was doing quite well, but I was like, oh god, I hope it's been good. But it's just about like knowing what to ask and like knowing the good talking points as well. Because I mean, I've been able to mix questions in that like might not be so entertaining. I mean, I found it all entertaining personally, but for like from a viewer perspective, some viewers might like find certain questions not so entertaining as opposed to another question where you're just like, oh geez, like, I really wanted to know that. I think it's about like balancing the mix, and it's the same with you. You have to balance like the mix of what's good at what point. Can you put in something that you find interesting but you think the viewer might not find all interesting, just so you can still have your video, and then mix that in with the video that the viewer wants, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really cool to see that you've been doing podcasts for so long. Like, how many episodes have you made?
This is going to be episode number 116.
That's so cool. Like, that's like mad respect for that.
Wait, no, 118. This is gonna be 118. Sorry.
See, he's so high in the numbers, he doesn't even know.
No, I just forgot because I record like ahead, so that like I recorded with Force of it last week, and that podcast comes out this week, and then this podcast comes out next week, and I'm recording next week with, as long as all goes to plan, I will be recording with Mr. Cat. So.
Oh, okay, nice.
I will cut that out if I don't end up recording with Mr. Cat.
yeah.
But no, yeah, I enjoy it. Like, I see, the thing is, I've contemplated it, and I talked about it on like last week, like the midweek MC that comes out in 2 days from recording. But like, do I just kind of bin it off and go focus more and more like strictly interview videos with different, like multiple different creators, which I've done a bit of, and I'd love to have you in one day in like a video that works. It's just where like I ask kind of more basic questions and have you compare it to other people, basically. But
yeah. Oh, I remember seeing that. Like, what you did one with HPG the other day, right?
Oh, that was ages ago. Yeah, but yeah, I did. Yeah, with the majority of them. But like with them kind of videos, it kind of takes away from the whole. I love just this conversation to learn more about you, to get in behind the scenes. Yeah. I can watch your content and I can gather what you're like, but to actually talk to you is like, I've really enjoyed this, and I enjoy it with every single week. And it can sometimes be a bit long, and like I kind of sit down and I'm just like, damn. But I enjoy it nonetheless, and I wouldn't do it unless I enjoyed it. So
yeah, makes sense.
With that in mind, then, is there anything else that you thought was going to get brought up today, or have we done a good job of covering everything?
Oh, I guess one thing along the armor trim stuff, I got a lot of people asking if I'll do the new sets with because the new update just added like 2 new trim types or something. So on record, I don't really know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
That was so useful. That will be in the pre-highlight clips. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's what people have been waiting for this entire time, and you just go like, I don't know.
And then I was just like, I don't know.
People have been asking me this, but I don't actually have an answer. I just wanted to bring it up.
yeah, it sort of is. That's my statement out there, though. I get so many comments about it. It's crazy.
Well, you've cleared it up, which is good, and it's. I'm about to ask you some Twitter questions.
Okay. Yeah.
Why don't you use Twitter?
I think this just goes to like the way I live life, my philosophy on life. I think in general, everybody kind of knows that like if you're asked people, they'd be like, your mental health is probably better with the less social media you have, you know?
Yeah.
And everybody knows like doom scrolling and being addicted to things into your phones and comparing yourself to other people and getting upset with people online. Like everybody kind of knows it, right? And so I've always kind of grown up with not a ton of social media. I got a Facebook account so I could so I could play bike race on my phone. I had Snapchat because my friends had me get it, and then I didn't really use it. And then I've had YouTube, and YouTube's the thing I've used the most. But I think just in general, I'm kind of walking around this whole subject. In general, I think the less social media you have in your life, probably the better off it's gonna be. And everybody kind of says like when I say I don't have a Twitter, like, oh, you're like smart for that. Like, good for you. And I'm like, okay, like why don't more people not have Twitter? And I kind of understand that too, but I don't really need it to like reach out, and I think it would only potential for bad, being addicting, and yeah, I just don't need it, so I don't want it.
I respect that. Yeah, I took a break from Twitter for about 3 or 4 months, and in all honesty, I mean the Intern Orbits Twitter account pretty much gets no traction, so I just kind of tweet meaninglessly on there, and I don't really use it too much. I mean, InsideMC is good for like, that's the reason I use it for InsideMC, is because it's great for reaching out. I mean, your guest announcement, I didn't think it was going to do amazing. It got 192 likes.
Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go.
Like, which is like one of the higher liked podcasts, especially considering like you didn't, because I mean, not that I expect it, obviously. I mean, I didn't even tag you because you don't use Twitter. Considering it was just your name in a tweet, I was like, oh god, it might not do too well. It did pretty well, and we've got some really good questions. So I'm looking forward to getting into them.
Cool. Yeah, and like that totally makes sense with like Twitter for that. Like, it seems like a good thing for you, but yeah, I just don't feel the need for it, so I don't have it.
I normally DM like people through Twitter. I just shot you a friend request and you accepted it like in pretty decent time as well. I was like, oh wait, what?
Yeah.
Shot in the dark.
I look at all my friend requests, and like I'd seen the Cam Man interview that you did, and then I saw the thing you did with HPG, and I liked those both. I was like, oh, this guy's cool. Because whenever I get a friend request, I'll click on their profile, I'll look at their socials, I'll see what they do, and if I'm like, I want to be in contact with this person, I kind of don't. I don't have like I guess I have quite a few like Discords that I'm in, but I'm not like in any like super popular Discords, mostly like creator Discords, speedrunning stuff. So yeah, it just kind of depends. Yeah, I always keep an eye on my friends' requests.
Well, I must say, then I'll take it as a compliment, and I'm very appreciative.
Yeah.
The first question here then comes from Girlmail.
Okay.
What was your research process like in understanding the Minecraft niche when you were first starting out on YouTube? And how did you, I mean, I've kind of asked this, but just if you have another answer, I just want to ask the full question. How did you come up with viral ideas and develop a storytelling style unique to you? Like I said, you've already kind of answered it, but just for the sake of the entire question being asked here, so.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning, I wasn't very good, and I've never had a researching process or how I go about doing things. But when I was trying to learn, I watched a lot of just people's videos and tried to emulate that. Like I remember watching Techno's videos, Dream's videos, Etha's Lab videos, Casey Neistat videos, just like so many things, Ryan Trahan videos, and like trying to just like understand, talking to people about it. For viral ideas, I've never really been one to be like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to brainstorm these 5 video ideas that are going to go viral. That's never really been my flow. I think for a long part of doing YouTube, it was just kind of reaction based, especially when I was on Lifesteal. It was just stuff would happen to me. I'm like, oh, I'll just turn this into a video. With the melon stuff and the armor trim, that's been more like more ideation. But even those, it's just like, I'm just like kind of living life and things will come up and I'm like, huh, what about that idea? Would that be interesting? Let me investigate that a little further. I feel like I don't have a great answer, but when I was on the come up on YouTube, I just watched a lot of people who were doing well that I wanted to emulate. And then I tried doing that and I just did it. And then I saw if it worked. And if it didn't, I tried to do it better the next time and just keep iterating and iterating. If you make 100 videos, iterating, like you just will be better. Like with anything, you just put a lot of time into something and you're just not just monotonously like doing it the same thing over and over. If you're like trying to learn, you will just get better. It'll just take a lot of time.
That's how it pays off. And dedication pays off. The next one then comes from Super Gamer DX. How do you stay motivated to excel as a creator even after achieving success? What principles shape your creative process, and how does your view on influencership, in brackets influencer culture, impact your approach given you your minimal use of social media? And they also said to say hi.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, dang, that's a lot of big words. Can you paste that in? Because I kind of want to reread it. There's a lot of things in there.
I like to just say it one by... So basically what I do is I like to say it all in one go, but I'm happy to repeat it in like little parts kind of thing.
Okay,
more so for the timestamp. How do you stay motivated to excel as a creator even after achieving success? That's our first part.
Motivation's a weird thing.
How do you stay so passionate, maybe?
I don't know. It just like kind of is my life. It's like, how do I stay passionate? How do I get motivated? I don't really know. That's a really hard question because it's something I feel like you're constantly trying to learn about yourself. Like, why do you do things? Like, I remember there was a really big when I hit 1 million subscribers where I stumbled so much with YouTube, and because it was the first time I asked myself, like, why am I doing this? Is this what I want to do? Because there's downsides. You can like get so obsessed over the numbers and trying to be better. I think during that time there was definitely a lot of that. I was like, sometimes I just don't feel good. Like I like post a video and then like I care so much about its performance, and so I was like, why am I doing this? But over the past year and like talking to a lot of people and just thinking a lot, it's I've sort of cultivated my life to be a lot different where I'm not really thinking about that stuff, where I'm just going back to, I do like editing. This lifestyle allows me to hang out with people a lot. I love just playing Minecraft, the mechanics of speedrunning, the interestingness of figuring out how to farm more melons. I like problem solving. There's all these things that I like. I like making videos. I like reading comments. I like posting. I like talking. I like sharing things with people, and it's sort of going back to that and just being like, you know what, this is good. And I think this is also a big part. You can do a lot of different things in life and be happy with it, and like happiness and fulfillment and being motivated, like you can have all those things about pretty much anything in life, and it's all about like you and your mind, like how you about things. Like you can be happy in a bad situation, and I think it's understanding how your own mind works, and like you can turn a good day into a bad day, and like how does that work? And I'm kind of rambling here. It's like a really vague question, so it's like a very ambiguous answer, but hopefully it's hitting some points. And like lots of time you don't need to be motivated to do things. Like lots of times you get motivated when you start doing things, and like setting up your life in a way that, like if you're trying to be consistent at something, it's like not always being like it's just like willpower forcing yourself to do things. Lots of time time it's like setting up your environment and your life to like make it easier to do things and like building habits. And I'm just like rambling in circles. So sorry, but
I get you, don't worry. I mean, it's a rough question to answer, but you answered it well.
Thank you. Those are rough ideas that kind of just came out of my mouth. I haven't organized that super well, but hopefully that was entertaining at the least for that person.
Well, they have a second part.
Yeah, okay.
What principle? I mean, we'll see how you answer this one. What principles shape your creative process, and how does your view on influencership, and then in brackets influencer culture, impact your approach given your minimal use of social media?
Well, with principles when it comes to videos, I feel like it's very similar to like my principles on life and treating and talking to people in general. It's like being respectful, like not trying to make fun of people or focus on negatives or like be like, oh, this thing sucks. How do I say this? With interacting with other people in videos, I really like with YouTube and making videos, because while I'm editing, I'll think a lot about how I talk to people. And there's been so many situations where I'll watch something back when I'm editing and I'm like, oh wow, I feel like that could have been taken in a mean way there. Like, I shouldn't have said that. Like, why did I need to say that? Like, that just like doesn't add any value. Like, that could have made them feel bad. Or like I wasn't leading well here, or like I was talking too much here, and I should leave the space open for other people. And so I think the principles that drive me to make videos and like behind my videos are just general principles of how I try to live my life, of being respectful to people, kind to people, surrounding myself with and only interacting with people that I am interested in or want to do things in or have similar interests. So there's that.
The next one comes from Tox. However, we've answered it, talking about the Naked and Afraid series. They just asked who came up with it, but we mentioned that earlier on. However, I do want to state something. So, and they said in a tweet. So, during a video of yours, and I can't remember what specific one it is, you showed what you were listening to on Spotify.
Oh,
and,
okay.
You were listening to Redux. You called it the Block Wars song, I believe, or something along those lines.
Yeah! Oh my gosh.
So Toxable's the creator of that song. So yeah.
Wait, Toxable's the one who said that post?
Toxable asked who came up with the series Naked and Afraid, but we've already answered it. However, then I wanted to.
The person who made that song? The Block Wars song?
Who made the song, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I love the Block Wars songs. They're so good. I remember playing in the events and just like cranking up the music. It's just like, it's such a, especially the race one, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Race Redux, that's the one they made.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love the Block Wars song. So I just thought I'd give them a little shout there, because I remember there's not many times that people show their Spotify what they're listening to. So and Tossball's been on the podcast as well. So I just wanted to
that's cool. That's cool.
To give them a little notice there. So yeah.
Yeah, mad respect for Toxable, is it? Or
Toxable, yeah. Or Tox.
Yeah. That stuff's really good. I love listening to music and seeing what people can make.
The next one, then, an actual question, comes from Red Freezer 43. Sorry, I wasn't showing everyone.
Okay. Red Freezer 43.
How do you keep such a balanced life while playing Minecraft full time?
I don't really think about it in terms of I have a balanced life or I'm balancing these things, because I think there's certain points in my life where like I wouldn't have balance according to some people, or I'll spend so much time doing this one thing. Maybe all I did that day was play Minecraft or do something, but like it's more about living life in a direction that I like want to, like kind of assessing, always being like, am I like where I want to be? Am I going where I want to go? And just doing those things. So I feel like I don't really think of it in terms of balance and like, do I have balance? I don't know. I think maybe one way to answer that question is I talk about like going outside or like exercising quite a bit, and I think that's important. I think like regardless of what you're doing, like you just will live a happier, healthier life if you're exercising, you're eating better, you're getting social interaction, you're like part of like you have social connections to fall back onto, you have a group to be a part of. And so I think maybe in terms of balance, it's like always having those things in life or trying to have those things. So I guess that's sort of how I'll answer the question.
The next one comes from J-Lad. What's your favorite series you've ever done on YouTube? We've talked about a lot today, but I never actually got your favorite.
I'm just gonna stick with my usual answer here. it's almost always recency bias. So just the latest one, Naked and Afraid stuff. It was really fun. Like, there's a lot of fun things that I've done. I don't know if you can, like, actually say, like, what's your favorite? Because favorites change all the time, and it's like, what does favorite really mean? Like, it's not like it's not like math. It's not like this number is bigger than that number is better. It's like they're just abstract ideas in your head, and so the latest stuff was fun. I like most of the stuff that I do.
We got really deep then, really into it. what defines favorite? What is the true meaning of fun?
They're just words.
What is normal?
What is speaking? What does that even mean?
How does one word?
How does one word? I don't know.
The next one comes from Vegetable. Big up Vegetable.
Vegetable.
The reason I say big up Vegetable. Sorry, I know not to do this on your podcast, but I am going to. Vegetable's like one of my most.
This is your podcast.
But no, but I'm interviewing you in it. So, but on the Rekrap podcast here, Vegetable, because I know it's probably going to mean a decent amount. They're like one of the people who watch, like, because I stream a decent amount on Twitch, and I have a good few active chatters, but Vegetable's up there with like one of the most active ones. And I believe I remember when you got announced, they were really like excited. So, hello, Vegetable.
Hello.
They asked, what was the hardest part, both mentally and physically, that you had to overcome because of YouTube?
Mentally, physically. Mentally, I think it's just knowing how to navigate like YouTube Studio and dealing with views and like when things go up and down and how you feel about that. I think that's the biggest hurdle. Like just general mental health when it comes to YouTube and like being so obsessed over something. So I think that's probably the biggest thing mentally wise. Physically, probably just like the armor trim stuff when I'm just like sitting at the computer for so many hours a day. Actually, just in general, being not being sucked into your chair all day, because this kind of job, like what you do, it's like it's your job and it can be your social environment and your friends and your hobbies. All of it can be on the computer, and so you can just like sit down for like the whole day. I think just sitting down the whole day is just not the way to go. You need to move your body, get your blood flowing, your body just will feel better. And so I think physically that's probably the hardest thing. Right now I feel pretty good. I've been working out a lot more. I've been going on a lot more runs recently, and that's felt really good. So that's like probably the hardest thing physically, I guess I would say. I mean, it's just like you just are like sitting down for most of the time, so it's like long stretches and knowing how to navigate those, whether like you even do those 12-hour days or you know how to navigate and not be able to do those 12-hour days, or you know how to do other stuff while you're doing that. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
I wanted to get more into jogging. I did one jog last Tuesday, and I've been eating healthier. I've been like,
nice,
but I've cut out fizzy drink. The only issue is with the running, right? I really want to get into it more, especially because of something that's happening in TwitchCon. But with the podcast being like balancing that with content creation, balancing that with work, because I work like 7.5-hour shifts and then travel to work, and it's so tough. But I reckon I think after TwitchCon I'll be able to get my kind of like flow going again, because right now I've just been, so I'm very much in holiday mode. So I've been editing the podcast, but I've been sidetracked by like the thought of can't wait for TwitchCon. So I think once I'm done there.
No, that totally makes sense. And I live a life way different than most people. So like it's way different for me. And like sometimes you just like, if you got to make ends meet, and like, yeah, it's going to be hard like to balance a ton of stuff. And yeah, I'm very grateful to be where I am. And I'm definitely not where, like, I don't live a life that most people live. So yeah, take everything I say with a grain of salt.
And the final one then comes from Tarsal, because I mean the other ones we've answered throughout the podcast, so just asking you to address the gear allegations. The last one comes from Tarsal. What were your career goals prior to doing YouTube? You said you went to college. Actually, no. My question first. What were you studying in college? I didn't even ask.
So I was just doing my generals. So I got an associate's degree. I guess it's probably different with English systems, but I did a 2-year degree in college. This is like a general degree, but I was doing microbiology. So I didn't take any of the like major classes for it. That's what I was going into. I probably would have ended up somewhere healthcare wise, like microbiology. I was interested in it, and it kind of seemed like a good starting point to be able to do a lot of different things. That's what I was doing.
And then what was that? Would that be the answer to your career goals prior to doing YouTube?
Yeah, probably somewhere healthcare wise. I think working in healthcare, I think it could be a very fulfilling job if you have like good working environment, good coworkers, you're interested in the thing, kind of just depends. All growing up, I was very school oriented. Like I did well in school, and medical stuff always seemed interesting. One of my favorite classes in school was anthropology. So maybe I would have done something there. I really like anthropology.
So again,
the way my teacher described it was study of humans, past, present, and future. So archaeology is a subset of anthropology, and archaeology is like Indiana Jones stuff. Not Indiana Jones stuff, but like
that's a good way of putting it. No, we're sticking with that.
Gotcha. So anthropology is like that old stuff, like uncovering artifacts, but like it can also be like just the study of culture in general and today and language and that sort of stuff, and like how humans have evolved, and that works into it too.
It's really crazy how much COVID changed things, because I was studying accounting, so I was gonna go into law when I went to like a few colleges. We did like an open day thing, and like I was really interested in law, but my maths teacher told me to do accounting because I was good with numbers. So I did my first year of accounting, but the second year I kind of just lost love for it because we was doing it online, and I started taking up YouTube more so, and YouTube was doing decent for the time. At least for me for the time, because I've never really had much, not luck, I've just never really seen big success. But the biggest success I've had with YouTube is like all the cool people I've got to interview, which I'm very satisfied with. I'm happy with that. But numbers wise, I haven't had a crazy success. And I was studying accounting, but like I wonder if COVID had never happened, would I have carried on? Because right now, because of the podcast and because of just like my job, I've been really intrigued in like, and it can probably show by like all the questions I ask, is I've been very intrigued of like how the human mind works. So part of me wants to go back to college and study like psychology or something along those lines of just like learning why people do what they do. I've already got the CV for it in a sense. I mean, I run a bloody podcast where I interview people, and I find out why you farmed 10 million melons. But you know, it's just interesting to see how much COVID changed like the trajectory of a lot of people's lives who weren't really sure what to do, and then now they're content creators because of it, essentially.
Yeah, right. COVID's just an insane thing that happened.
Absolutely mental. But with that being said, then that sadly brings the end of this week's InsideMC, Rekrap.
Okay, well that was really good. Thanks for having me on. That was really fun.
No worries, thank you. Before I do the outro here, though, I always like to give the chance for you to promote yourself. Anyone who's looking for some Rekrap content and still doesn't know where to look, where can we find you?
Rekrap2 and Rekrap1 on YouTube. That's it. Shout out InsideMC.
Where do you stream?
Subscribe. Oh, stream. I guess that too. I do that. I forgot. So I don't really stream. My Twitch is Rekrap22. The last time I streamed there was a long time ago. If you want to watch my offline speed runs, I do that actually a lot. I've been getting into it quite a bit. That's Rekrap12 on Twitch. So I streamed like yesterday and the day before, just doing speedrunning.
That would actually be really nice background footage.
Let's freaking go.
Only 1.5k followers. Oh my goodness, you deserve 1 million. Rekrap12.
No, it's like kind of cool. It's like kind of small. I like it. And I don't like monetize anything. It's not like I'm doing this to like as a job. It's just like I just kind of like doing it. It's a good way to document my speedrunning.
I get that. Sure.
An occasional little chat, and yeah.
With that being said, thank you so much for taking time out of your day on Monday to come and speak to me, and this podcast has been amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. This was great.
This has been InsideMC.
Podcast.
Thank you. Who knows? Maybe we get you back on in the future. Or even to one of those videos. I'd love to have you in one of those videos when the time suits best. With that being said, this has been InsideMC. Thank you all for listening. Stay safe. Don't eat too much bread. Pieces.
Nice. See ya.